see game developers really take a risk to stray away from the calculated formulas that are sure to make them money in the gaming industry. We see examples of this routine in games like Call of Duty, where ultimately every game is the same in its gameplay. You can't blame developers like Infinity Ward and Treyarch, alongside publisher Activision, but with practices like this, the brainstorming and creative process is squandered. While the story is lackluster, and does absolutely nothing for the game aside from giving a little additional tutorial for many of each faction's heroes within the 5 to 7 hour campaign, For Honor takes a risk by evolving the fighting genre and producing the type of combat we have been wanting and expecting from a war-torn medieval game. While the single-player campaign is clearly not the focus of For Honor, it adds very little to the game, if really anything at all.
That was how I joined the Blackstone Legion.
The campaign is linear, short, and aside from a few moments of seemingly unscripted tension, like chasing a foe on horseback or shooting a ballista, all you really do for 5 to 7 hours is spam the right bumper and right trigger. The campaign offers an extended tutorial for many of the faction's classes, such as Lawbringer for the Knights, the Valkyrie for the Vikings, and the Orochi for the Samurai, by pitting you against some competent AI and challenging boss fights. While these moments can be entertaining, they are one of the few positives that I can claim for this story, which at times tricks you into believing you are working towards something with their level up system and feat system, when in reality, none of it makes too much of a difference. The developers added in a few collectibles, like finding steel indestructible pots, or finding observation points to learn about what little lore in the game there is, in an attempt to pad out your time spent running straight and swinging your sword. The strangest part about this game's campaign is the poorly timed and painfully awkward humor. It seems at times the characters actually pause and literally stare at each other after a joke is made, to give the player time to laugh before more dialogue is spilled.
Blackstone! Where are reinforcements?
I'm it! Is this a joke?
Open the gate!
If you are a reward hunter, there is a bit of replayability you can get from the campaign. There are 4 different difficulties, and each one gives you better visual rewards for customizing your online character. It's up for you to decide whether the rewards are worth having to play through this campaign a second time.
Dropping the story mode out of this game and selling it as a multiplayer-only experience would not have hurt For Honor in the slightest. The multiplayer is just that good. Its 3-direction blocking and attacking system calls for quick reflexes and calculated thinking to get lethal damage in while avoiding a deadly combo. It combines a need for practice, skill, and the ability to adapt to create one of the most satisfying combat systems seen in quite some time. The multiplayer combines 3 main game modes: Dominion, Duels and Brawls, and Deathmatch, each offering their own formulas to calculate strategy. For example, 1v1 or 2v2 brawls strip all armor effects and feats, leaving the victor to be determined solely off of skill and well-timed attacks, blocking, and dodging. The Deathmatch and Dominion game modes mix 4v4 team objective-based activities. There are also buffs and debuffs placed around the map. This offers a level of strategy that can quickly turn the tides for your team and create moments of sheer excitement for you and your teammates. For Honor's multiplayer isn't quite something you can just pick up once every week or so for a few entertaining rounds. The game takes dedication and a willingness to understand each individual character's moveset. This game is not like riding a bike, because you will forget if you do not practice. To put it simply, For Honor's multiplayer faction system is similar to that of Pokemon Go. When you start the game, you choose one of 3 factions to fight for, and while that doesn't limit the champions you can fight with, it does impact the war assets you deploy after a victory and which faction benefits from your efforts. The map is split into 3 provinces, and after a victory, you get a set amount of points to deploy war assets to either attack or defend a territory of your designated faction's color. The problem with these user-based faction games is that numbers play a huge role in success. If one faction simply outnumbers another, such as Team Mystic in Pokemon Go, unless everyone puts in double the work, it makes it exceptionally hard to compete. This can cause opposing factions to quickly get discouraged when their efforts just don't seem to change the tide of battle. So contrary to the very skill-dependent fighting system in the game, the War Assets feature can make it very easy to feel helpless. For more video game reviews and discussions,
head on over to the DPads.com.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please, for us!
Oh, my kids.